7:02. Call the workshop to order. Everybody, please rise for the pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Just do a quick introduction of the board. We have Quinn, Andy, Bev, Kristen, Mary, and then on our alternates table we have Alice and Robin, and I'm Richard Demko. Item number 3, that'll bring us into public comment. I won't go over the spiel because there's only one person from the public here, and you know the spiel. Public comment going once, going twice, going 3 times. First public comment is closed. Okay, so we're going to be hearing from a handful of departments today. First, the town clerk, then the tax collector, then the tax assessor, then the library board, then the fire department, and then communications and emergency management. So we will start with the town clerk. Leanna, the floor is yours.
Thank you. For those who don't know me, my name is Leanna McMurray. I'm the town clerk. Just going to go through my budget line by line. The salary for the director is adjusted according to the contract. The salary for the assistant clerk is also adjusted according to the contract. There is no increase to vital statistics. Education meetings is the same as last year to include additional classes towards obtaining the master's clerk designation. Professional dues and maintenance, no increase from last year. Other purchase services also remains the same and includes dog license paper, vital archive paper, land record paper, copier use. Printing and binding, showing an increase of $1,000 over last year's budget and includes the turnkey record management system, IQS, which is for our land records, film storage for our land records, and online code hosting. And that I handed out a little sheet for you guys to go over that. Travel remains the same from last year. General supplies remains the same as last year and includes toner, labels, letterhead, copy paper, and other office supplies. Does anybody have any questions?
Okay. All right, so we'll go down the line. Quinn,
I don't have anything at this time, Leanne, thank you.
Yeah.
Andy,
Seems pretty straightforward.
Bev,
Nothing at this time. Thank you.
Kristen, Mary, Robin.
All right.
All right, and Alice, how about you? I don't have any questions either. Pretty straightforward.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, up next, the tax collector. Just a reminder, everybody, please turn your microphones on until it's green.
Your mic was,
Just hold the button down.
turn it on till it's green?
Yeah.
You want it to be green?
We want it to be green to turn on, and then to mute, press again, and then when you talk, press till it's green. Just so you know they're all on. Okay. Good. Okay, so now everybody can mute now that we're on. Okay.
Mary's is
All
on.
right.
Mute.
Okay, so we got the microphones squared away now. Thank you. Sorry for the brief delay. Okay, you're up.
I'm Dana Flock, the tax collector. You have my budget. The salaries are for the director and the assistant tax collector by contract. Nothing's changed, what by contract is due. For the education, I have increased it due to the fact that my assistant is now certified, and we have to maintain our certification, which we have to have 50 hours of classes and stuff within a 5-year period to get recertified. So there are, obviously we have to double, so we both can get those in. Our other purchase services increased. We have the quality data, which is our computer service, that went up $800. Their billing and stuff went up a couple hundred. We do have a new item that we would like to have, is this IDACORP. That's $900 for the year. That allows us to search on, for addresses and phone numbers and stuff like that, and emails for anybody that we cannot locate. It's very helpful. We've had a 30-day trial, and it's been working out very well to help us find people that we literally couldn't find. The mail gets returned and stuff. So that's that. The rest is for copying and our corporate mailing that does our statements and bills. And travel stayed the same, and our general supplies have increased due to the fact that we need more supplies with envelopes and stuff, postage and stuff like that, to be in postage increases and stuff to send the statements out and the bills. We send the statements out 10 months out of the year, and the bills go out obviously in July and July, and supplementals go out in December. So, and does anybody have any questions?
Okay, so education meeting and seminars, that training that you need to do, is that state mandated?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have. We'll go down the line.
The only ask, the additional is the $900 you started?
Yes, for that, it's called IDACORP. Okay.
Andy?
Just one question. The IDACORP, the
Yes.
trial, and
Yes.
this is small numbers, I'm just more curious, like, how much is that gonna boost your success rate in going after people you can
It-
find significantly? So, I mean,
Any one account that we can find that we couldn't find before, we'll pay for that.
Yeah, so
It's
it'll pay for
$75
itself.
basically a month. So, and we can use it to up to 250 inquiries a month
Okay,
to doing that. They have all different levels of what you can use for, and users and stuff. But anyone, like if somebody, if we can get somebody with $300 that owes $300, it's paid for itself.
Yep.
You know, and somebody even further than that, it pays for itself.
okay. That's all I got. You're doing a nice job there.
Thank
so.
you. Appreciate that.
Bev?
No, I don't have it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kristen?
I'm all set, thanks.
Mary?
Nothing, thank you.
Robin?
I'm all set.
Alice?
No, no questions.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Christine.
Okay, up next, we've got the tax assessor. Come on up.
Good evening.
And that is under tab 1 for everybody up here.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kevin Borowski. I'm a certified municipal assessor. I've got about 10 years' experience assessing. I'm excited to be part of Seymour, the assessor's office. I'd like to present my budget with you. Starting at the top of the budget is my salaries for 2 full-time staff members, which is contractual agreements. The next line item is education meetings, seminars. This is increased to maintain my certification, education requirements to pursue a higher level of assessors certifications. The next line item, professional association dues. That's increased because now there are 2 staff members that are active in various assessment associations. The next line item, purchase services and maintenance. This is for our software program through Quality Data Service. They provide our administrative personal property and our computer assisted mass appraisal software, and New England Geo, which is our mapping service. That currently remains unchanged in this budget. The next line item is travel. That's been eliminated. The assessor's office now has access to a town vehicle to do the conducting field work. Another line item is general supplies. That's our mailing, legal notices, office supplies. That remains unchanged as well. Next line item is clothing. It's for work-related clothing for conducting inspections. This is increased for contractual agreements. And next line items for books and periodicals. This is for pricing motor vehicles and heavy construction equipment. just the software for that. That remains unchanged. Overall, for the department, for the 2026-2027 fiscal year, the department's asking for a 5.61% increase. Any questions?
Okay, so going back, same question with education meetings and seminars, that increase, those are state mandated certifications, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you. All right, Quinn.
So I just have two questions. One, from 2021 up until now, how come the salaries are all over the place? Did we not have an assessor at the time? or-
Yeah, there was a period of an absent assessor. We had an
Okay.
acting assessor for a while.
Okay, and then the second part of my question, the increase for the director, 89,000 to 97,000, that's a contractual agreement?
That's correct.
Okay.
Andy.
I had the same question as Quinn on the 9%, just contractual. I mean, that's a nice contractual increase.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's maybe somebody came on at a higher price and there's some annualization in there.
As certified assessor, right? So
Right.
that commands the
Okay.
amount.
Through the chair.
Yeah.
So the 89,000 to the department request for the current year, that's actually not contractual. The 89,000 was a placeholder. We were trying to actively hire an assessor, so we put in somewhere, I think it was the low end of the range for hiring an assessor. But now that we have one, the 97 is the contractual adjustment from the current pay to the next pay beginning July 1. But the 89 was a placeholder, so that's not
Not comparable.
that's not the current salary being bumped up $8,000 to a new range.
So what is the current salary then?
94 and change.
94 and change?
I believe it's a 2.75
Yeah,
2.75 increase.
That
2.75.
makes sense.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in line with other
Yep.
union contracts.
Cool.
Okay, thank you for that clarification.
You're welcome.
Bev,
I have nothing at this time, thank you.
Kristen,
Nothing.
Mary,
Nothing, I'd say.
Alice,
No questions?
Robin.
No questions.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up is the library. For us up here, that's on tab 11.
Hello, my name is Suzanne Garvey. I'm the director of the Seymour Public Library. So to go through our budget requests, the first two line items are contractual. That would be the salary for the director and for the regular employees. Then we are asking at the third line item for part-time employees. Right now, we're closed on Mondays, and we would love to be open on Mondays. We'd also like to do more programming on Saturdays. Right now, we have 2 staff on Saturdays. This is something that would better serve the town, and it's something that the board stands behind me with as well. So that would be 2 part-time employees. We're suggesting $20 an hour, and that would be 14 hours each, which would, as far as calculations come up to, $29,120. We are asking for the same for the library pages. We have pages that put the books on the shelf for us, make sure that the shelves look nice, dust, clean, things like that. Then the next thing that we're asking for and would be actually our ILS fee. That's our Bibliomation Consortium fee, and that did go up slightly this year. That's $30,096, and that's a 2.91% increase. All in all, if we would get all of these things, that would be an 11.63% increase. Questions?
Okay, so the ILS fee, that's down under your machinery and equipment technology.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, and then in regards to the 2 part-time positions, do you have the patron numbers to support
I
the.
did submit those, and I have to say, the library had a glitch today because I think they were in your packet that you received. So we had a glitch today in that we had no internet or Wi-Fi the whole day. So I brought a crumpled one that I had actually printed out before, but those should have been in your packets. And those are 6-month figures. If not, I can supply them tomorrow.
Yeah, the only thing here is the finance budget.
I had actually stapled 5
Yeah.
items together.
I'm not
we
seeing
only
that.
have 2.
We got 2 pages.
Okay.
I
did
could recirculate that at Monday's meeting.
Okay.
Okay, because I did bring it down to Leanna, and I know she stamped them and everything.
Okay.
Well, I can tell you that in terms of the 6 months, so our fiscal year is July 20, well, in this case, the 6 months would be July 2025 to December 2025. And we did total circulation, all types, 32,648. Visits to building using a people counter, 18,885. Computer sessions, we allow 2 hours on the computer, and we will extend it. When we extend it, we don't tabulate that. But that would be 1,331. And we have a meeting pod that we also let go out for 2 hours. Also, we'll extend that if nobody else wants it, because sometimes people are taking an exam or something like that. That we had 113 meeting pod uses. That usually happens between Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Usually not many people take it on Friday. Some people will take it on Saturdays. In terms of children's programs, we had 87 programs during this time, 1,295 in attendance. And with adult programs, we had 65 programs during this time with 823 in attendance.
Okay. Now, would you say that these numbers have increased from last year, decreased from last year, or stayed the same?
They've increased a bit.
They've increased, okay.
We also started opening up at 8 o'clock in the morning as opposed to 9 o'clock in the morning. Believe it or not, as much as we all love libraries, some people are willing to come into the library at 8 o'clock in the morning. So we still have newspapers, we still have magazines. Those are dwindling, I must admit, as everything goes online. And people do like to look at them and meet there and talk. We have the tutors that come in for the children, and other patrons as well. A lot of our children's programs would happen more earlier in the morning, I'd say.
Okay. Okay, that's all I have, so we'll go down the line. Quinn?
I don't have any questions.
Andy?
You said for these additional employees, you would be open all day on Monday now, which we never have been.
I don't think that there's been opening on Monday since 2008. I mean, to be honest, I also have a survey ready to go, asking people if they would come in on Mondays, asking if they're happy with us closing at 8 o'clock on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, asking to see if they prefer later nights. I think at this point in the library, we'd like to do things that see more wants and needs. And I know that when we are able to do programming on Saturday, we don't often, but sometimes I'll come in to do a program. Sometimes a children's librarian will come in to do a program, and we do get a lot of interest. All of our programs are free.
Oh, they're great. I've brought my kids there.
Thank you. Yeah, our children's librarian is great, and frankly, the previous children's librarian was great.
Okay. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Bev?
I have no questions.
Thank you.
Kristen?
No questions.
Thank
Mary?
No questions.
Thank you.
Robin?
No questions.
Alice?
Actually, I do have a question.
Sure.
Was there ever an appetite for volunteers to come in and plug in some of those hours?
The problem with the volunteer in a case like this, to my understanding, would be that they could not do something that a union person does.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, how's everybody doing up here? Everybody's good? Okay, and we're gonna chug along. We got the fire department coming up next.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
If I could, before the fire department jumps on, I did want to make one clarification on the assessor. Previous years, there was a $250 allowance for travel. That was reimbursement, if the acting assessor or interim assessor used their personal vehicle, to do town-related business, we would reimburse them the IRS standard mileage rate. That's no longer in the budget because the assessor is sharing a vehicle with multiple other departments. So a vehicle became available, and multiple departments are sharing that vehicle, and he would have access to that vehicle to go out and do field work.
Okay.
All right.
All right, thank you for that clarification. Okay, so the fire department, for us up here, that is in tab 8. Okay, floor is yours.
Good evening, Chief Edwards, Seymour Fire Department. This year, the operation budget, I'm looking to do a 11.86% increase. In the last 4 years that I've been a chief, I've kept my increases pretty low. Some years were down there 0, but unfortunately, those years have caught up with me between tariffs, labor rates, and parts cost. So I can go down line by line. So I'm looking at, here's the right page here, my apologies. Line 101 is 10,000, that stays the same. That's the chief, deputy chief, and the 2 assistant chief stipends split up. Engineer staff at line 105, that remains the same at 16,600. Our secretary fees, line 125, stayed the same at 2,000. Our part-time clerk, you will see that this just dropped a lot. We have a clerk that we have shared with the fire marshal. She does all of our administrative reports, enter them in, make sure they get up to the state, stuff like that. Mr. Caserta and Mr. Miller asked us to remove that and have that put into the fire marshal's line item totally, but we're still shared services on his budget. I left 5,000 into that for Fire Watch. Fire department's been really busy with events throughout the town, and certain events we have by state statute, we have to have firefighters there, so we have to pay them to do that. So I'd never had that before, so I added that into the part-time salaries. Purchase professional medical, that is all of our physicals, our drug tests, that we're all need to do by state mandates. That has gone up this year. Griffin Occ Ed has gone up. Plus, we instituted a new driver's protocol where if you drive a fire truck, you now get a DOT medical card, which covers us for them to drive the truck. So that was a little bit of an increase there. Education, this is all of our classes. This line item went up. Every year we send about 12 people to a Fire 2 class and 12 to a Fire 1. The Fire 1 is state mandated to be an interior firefighter in the state of Connecticut. And those classes are up to $1,200 a person now, not including the book. So when we throw the book in out of materials, it works up to about $1,300 a student. We did aerial safety class, strategy and tactics safety officer class, 2 burn classes at regional fire schools. We're state mandated to do 2 live burns a year. Those used to be 500 last year. They went up to 750 this year. 2 Q classes at 1350, and fire prevention, public relations. This is everything we do at our fairs, Pumpkin Fest, our recruitment and retention division. And that line item is at $40,000. 430, repairs and maintenance. This is the elephant in the room. I got cut last year. At the end, I asked for 85. They gave me 65. It is February 18th, and I am in the red in maintenance. Our fleet's getting older. With the prices of labor rates and parts, we pretty much blew through that 65 rather quickly. And as of yesterday, I still have a truck out of service waiting for an estimate. So I'm asking for 85,000. I feel pretty comfortable with that number. 530, communications and telephones. This line item, I believe, was supposed to be renamed a few years ago, and it didn't. But this is my reporting software. So every time we do a run, we do training, our tax abatements all go into this system. Once the reports are done, they get emailed out to the state and to FEMA. So we have to have that. That's at 15.5. That was no increase this year. That stayed at 0. General supplies, obviously all our papers, pens, and that stayed the same, 4,000. That line has not gone up in since I've been here, Chief. We've pretty much kept it at the 4,000. And if we run low, we just cut back on paper and do what we got to do. 615's the other one that's kind of got a little bit of an increase. So NFPA and the federal government put a limitation years ago on our structural fire gear that we wear into buildings, and they put a 10-year life cycle on it. That's a great program for bigger cities that do 4 or 5 fires a week. Not so good for little municipalities like ourselves where we're doing maybe 10 fires a year. We don't go through our gear that fast, but unfortunately, through the statute, we need to replace it no matter what condition it is in. So previous to me and previous to my predecessor, they had a program of replacing 10 sets of gear no matter what a year to try to keep up on that. Then the older stuff coming out because it's in good shape gets handed down to the juniors or to some drivers or whatever. They're not going into a fire. Last year I was able to keep, the last 2 years I was able to keep it down because we changed vendors. This vendor is now with the rest of the vendors and our gear is going up. So we're looking at about $4,300 a set of gear. That's a coat and pants. That's not the boot, the helmet, the gloves, the hood, or the air pack. We add all that up, I'm putting 10 grand onto a firefighter on day one. So that gets pretty expensive after a while, especially when I got to retire a set of gear in 10 years that the town of Seymour could probably use for another 10, honestly. And, Chief Levy, when he was on, he could understand, it's a big frustration of ours, but our back's against the wall. There's not much we can do about it. And then if you go down the line, it's just the gloves, the boots, the Nomex hoods we got to wear, our extrication gloves, all that stuff I call as consumables. Every firefighter gets 2 pairs of hoods, so if they got to wash one from coming out of a fire, they have another one. Gloves, extrication gloves, and safety glasses are our consumables. We change those out rather frequently. So that line item is up to $56,000. Gas and diesel stayed the same from Mr. Caserta. He feels comfortable with us there. And we are currently very good on that account right now. Yeah, we still have 6,300 for the rest of the year, so I think 20,000 is good for on our fuel line. Machinery, OSHA. This is all of our mandated, unfunded mandates that we have to follow. So we got boat maintenance, all our DOT inspections. So this is all the oil change to check overs, routine repairs on the trucks every year. Preventative maintenance. This is all the oil changes as well as transmission fluid changes. Preventative maintenance for gasoline. That is the 3 utility trucks and the 4 chief vehicles. Fire extinguisher maintenance. These are all obviously self-explanatory. The one thing I did pick up this year is I took over the fire extinguishers inside of the firehouses. So when the vendor comes out to do our fire trucks, he does the ones that we have in the firehouse as well. So it's the same vendor and we have control over it. Fire pump testing. All of our fire trucks have a pump on it, so those have to be tested every year and certified. The maintenance is service, so they all have gearboxes in there. Fluid's got to be changed. Everything's got to be greased. All the gates got to be gone through. Hose testing has to be done every year. And that's going up. That went up about $1,000. Hydraulic rescue tools. These are our Jaws of Life that you guys know about. So we have 2 sets, 2 complete sets at both houses, one on each rescue. Ground ladder testing, meter maintenance, battery replacements. All our air packs run on batteries, so those have to be changed twice a year. We do it in July and January. Breathing air tests. So this is our Cascade systems. They have to come in quarterly and do air tests on that because that's what we fill our bottles with, and that's what we're breathing. So they have to make sure the air is good in it. Flow testing on our air packs, our compressor maintenance, and ladder 14 testing. That is our big aerial. So that ladder that goes in the air, that big one, needs to be certified every year and ran through. That had a pretty good increase of $58,000. Machinery and equipment, 745. These are all our little stuff that doesn't apply to capital that we change out every once in a while. This year I got 2 battery chainsaws for the roof. 1 battery K12 saw, it's the big round ones. 2 of our Chiefs cars do not have MDTs, the mobile data terminals. I want to do those so they're all up. $5,000 I put in for juniors equipment every year. This helps with, because they're a little smaller than the other guys, so this helps with some of the helmet parts, the gloves. We buy them t-shirts, sweatshirts, and whatever they want at that point. I'm looking to replace 2 thermal imaging cameras. Every year we replace SVA masks. And hose replacement went up this year because last year we budgeted low and we got lucky. And I'm anticipating a bad year with hose because in the last couple of years we didn't have to replace much. And we have a lot of older hose, and anything after, believe it or not, 1985, which we still have in service, comes out of service this year no matter what. So I put 10,000 in for hose replacement. And then all of that equals a bottom line of $395,100 with an 11.86% increase.
Okay. We'll go down the line. Quinn?
Chief, the only thing that I want to ask is I know firsthand that the maintenance is a huge thing. What is the game plan? Now, I know we have an apparatus coming in soon, hopefully. And what's the game plan for additional apparatus coming into the town? Like, do we have like a capital plan together for
Yes, so
purchasing new engines and stuff too?
we had a 5-year capital plan. We bumped that up to a 10-year capital plan because trucks are taking 3 years from order to come in. We have a ladder truck on order right now. We ordered it 2.5 years ago. It was supposed to be here 3 weeks ago, and they haven't even started building it yet. That's how far behind we are. We have 2 engines on order. We ordered a year and a half ago, roughly. Those are, I don't even have a completion date on that yet. And it's not just us, it's every manufacturer, it's all over the place. It's up at Hartford, everywhere. They're U.S. Capitol, they're trying to figure out why. So our older fleet is only getting older. So our plan is when the ladder truck comes in, we're getting rid of an older rescue. We're going down to 1 rescue. The ladder truck will act as a rescue and a ladder. And then the 2 engines that when they get here, they're replacing a 1998 truck and a 1999 truck. And then we'll be coming back probably mid-year to talk about ordering some more trucks. And the reason I say that is, don't get nervous, we're 3 years out. So we need to start the planning now and figure out what we're going to do 3 years down the line. So the problem I'm having is they're having us sign these contracts, and then we're waiting 3 years and just going out. Now, finance company or the bonding company, that's not my forte. They're going to eventually want to look for money that we don't have because we don't have the truck. So there's a lot of eggs in the basket, we'll say. There is a plan, Quinn. It's hard to go by because the manufacturers are taking forever.
Understood. And then just the compliance overall with our apparatus in town. Like, even though they're aged, they're still compliant, obviously. Or are there any concerns with that?
Technically, yes, they're compliant. If we want to follow NFPA, I don't know the standard off the top of my head. I could get it to you. Frontline piece is not supposed to be more than 20 years old. Okay, so but let's back up to the whole gear thing, right? We're not the city of Bridgeport. We're not the city of New Haven or the city of Hartford. We're not. That truck's not out running multiple calls. So we are in good shape with that. They are starting to show their age. They're starting to rot. They're starting to rust. You know, for instance, the tanker on the hill, it's a 1994, it's got 10,000 miles on it, all right? So we're looking to repair that truck and not get rid of that truck. So we are compliant, but we aren't compliant. I know that sounds funny, but it's not that somebody's gonna come in here tomorrow and fine us, but it's something we need to stay compliant with NFPA, and if we want to, we gotta start turning these trucks over every 20 years. And that is the 10-year plan that I turned in. I worked on it with Mr. Miller, that every 7 years, we'd be changing over a truck, and that truck would be at the 20-year mark. One, we'd get a better ROI on it when we go to sell it, and two, it would serve us better and keep our maintenance costs down. So our highest cost in the maintenance right now is our older trucks. So our 1998 truck up on the hill, that's going out next week. That needs $4,000 worth of work on the pump for the intake. The truck next to it's a 2006, has the same issue. And then the 2008 Rescue that we're looking to get rid of for the ladder truck, last week cost me $9,000. It's broke again, and I'm still waiting for the quote. They're aging. So we play the devil's advocate, right? We say the trucks don't run as much, but letting them sit hurts it too. So we do try to get out and run them, driver training, get them out as much as we can, but we just don't have the runs to keep running. We are getting busier, but we're not a big city, and we're not running, 10,000 miles a year. So yes, we are compliant, but by the letter of the law, if somebody wanted to push it, they could push the NFPA standard and say we're not compliant because we have trucks that are over 20 years old. So.
All right, thanks, Chief. That's all I have.
Andy?
Well, first of all, thanks for everything you guys do in the town. And yeah, I had a similar question as Quinn. That was a good overview, just in terms of the aging fleet. And you're already not busted, but you're already going to be over budget for what you said you're already in
For
the red.
maintenance, I already am.
Yeah.
I already am.
And with the aging fleet, it's probably not going to. Is that $85,000? Is that like going to be enough, or that's like bare bones?
I'm lowballing at
You're
85.
lowballing, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
honestly to keep the rate down. I'm lowballing it, and I'll just keep doing what we're doing, and we're going to prioritize what's getting fixed. If I can squeeze it out of something else, I will. If I got to back off on the gasoline services, if I see it's running low, I will. We'll move it around. But that's lowballing it. I mean, realistically, my maintenance budget should be closer to 100,000 right now with the age of my fleet. I know that's not realistic. At the end of the day, I'm a taxpayer too. But I also got to keep the department running. So.
I would suggest maybe, as we go through the budget process, and I'm not going to talk out of both sides of my mouth, although I am, but if this is something where, if it's, if we need the maintenance on the trucks, and it's probably not an area that we want to, skimp on if you've got, it's not cheap to
And I'm
fix
hoping
these
this is a
things.
short-term problem.
Right.
They figure out these trucks. And
Right.
as
When you get new
trucks
trucks, it'll
come
be
in,
different, but
maintenance is
yeah.
going to drop because now
Yeah.
you got newer trucks. They're under warranty. They're not breaking as much.
Right.
The problem is, and I've said this to all the face, and even at my meetings, is we're still trying to get out of an era from 1999 where the town bought 4 or 5 trucks at once. It's the worst thing somebody could do. You got to stagger them because guess what? You buy them at once, they all come up at once. That's why we put this plan together for every 7 years so we can get on a rotate. So we don't have to come to you and say, hey, guess what? I need $5 million this year. Instead, we're planning for 7 years down the road saying, we need this. 15, 20 years ago, you buy a truck for $500,000. 2012, we bought our Rescue, was $500,000. That same Rescue today is $1.2 million. Unfortunately, PD, EMS, and fire, our stuff doesn't come cheap. So.
Yeah, I would just take that into consideration, because.
When we get to deliberations.
Yeah, because you don't want to solve this.
Around.
And you don't get these used trucks are not worth anything. I mean, right, when you
The
go to
older
sell
ones,
them.
no. So the Rescue, we're trying, we can straighten out the mechanical issues. I'm hoping when we sell it, we can get a few $1,000s for it and put that back into equipment to bring down our capital line. But I can't do that until the other truck gets here. So I'm in limbo right now, unfortunately, at the truck manufacturers.
I was just, funny story, but last night I was on Facebook Marketplace looking for a car, and a fire truck popped up, and I'm like, wow, it was like $7,500. I'm like, holy cow, I mean,
Hopefully in a year I got one you want to buy it.
I just noticed it, 'cause I'm like, man, that's a nice fire truck,
Yeah.
$7,500.
Thanks, Ben.
Okay. Kristen?
My questions were asked, so I'm all set.
Mary?
Question was also answered, thank you.
Alice?
No questions.
Robin?
You already answered it. Thank you.
Did I
Okay.
answer it right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd let you know if you didn't.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yes, you are communications and emergency management.
Yeah, which one do you want? Let's do emergency management.
wanna do
first,
emergency
and I think,
management
communications
first.
is gonna be a talking.
Okay, so for us, we're in tab 4. I think it's combined. Communications.
Department 542 if it helps, Rich. I'm not sure if it does.
Let's do communications first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, give him. All right, we'll do communicate. Don't go too far. I might need you. All right, we'll do communications when you guys are ready.
Okay. Is everybody ready? So that's still tab 4. It's actually the only thing in tab 4 at the moment. I guess documents are forthcoming.
Yep.
Okay. All right, you're up.
All right. This one's kind of easy, but not easy, I guess, at this point. So I'm looking at right now, a 4.55 increase. And all the increases are contractual at this time. So I have an increase on Northwest Public Safety, up to $122,027. This is currently for EMS and EMS and fire dispatch. We have been up there. I know there's a lot of talk about it, but our two agencies have been up there for the better part of 20 years, long as I've been in this department. They don't go up that much. They hit us with a little bit of an increase because they go on our population. So we got a little bit of a rise in our population, so it went up a little bit. Our tower rental is the big tower that we rent up on Pargus Drive, where our main radio site is on it. That's on a contract that went up this year to $48,000. Machinery and equipment and repairs and maintenance, I left at a 0. I feel very comfortable right now with not going up with that. Our radios, we did a large upgrade in 2019, so they're still in good shape. And with the machinery and equipment from this current budget and this budget here that's going to get adopted, hopefully, we have a small radio plan that we're buying stuff from there to try to rotate the stuff we bought back in 2019, so we don't have to come back for I believe that project was like $2.3 million in 2019. So we're working with that machinery and equipment to try to bring that down as we go. So those two lines stayed the same. This budget only reflects PD and EMS in the communications line. Wait for Jay to come back. I'm not sure where that lands. If we've moved forward or whatever, if I got to add to this, I mean, I guess that will fall in your lap, Rich, on what to do with it.
Oh, great. Okay. All right.
I mean, I know we're not approving this tonight, so we have a little bit of time. But as it sits, we're at a 4.55 for communications, both on contractual increases.
Okay, so we'll go down the line. Let's start over here this time. Mary?
I have no questions.
Kristen?
I'm all set.
Bev?
I see on your machinery and equipment line, as of January 27th, you only spent like $5,000.
We've had a good year. Nothing's broken.
Nothing's broken, okay.
So that will be, so right now, we usually don't buy or replace anything towards the end of the budget cycle in case something big breaks. So with communications, if something breaks, it's not cheap. So I try to hold off anything that we want to buy and replace as preventative maintenance to the end of the budget. So now that we're coming up there, the Communications Commission will get together, we'll start spitballing ideas on what needs to be replaced. We met with Norcom, is our radio vendor, 2 weeks ago, and they're doing a infrastructure health update on our system to see where we are, which site's the oldest, where we think we got to put the money into, and then probably May, the Communications Commission will make the decision on, all right, let's go ahead and do this. That's how we keep the capital down, and it always goes as infrastructure repairs. But we hold on to that because if something does go down, we had something go down on Monday, and that one day was $7,000. So we try to hold that to the end.
Andy?
How long, these contractual agreements that you have in place, like how long do these run out for? Like the tower rental, like how long are the agreements?
So, Mr. Jay's in right now, they're in talks with the contract guy. For many years, we didn't have a contract. When I took over, I looked for it, we didn't find it, so we're in the middle of trying to negotiate one to get it in writing. Northwest Communications, we revisit that every few years. We just signed and renewed with them for fire and EMS in 2023. So we'll look at it again in another year or so and see where we're at and where they're at.
And what about the tower rental?
Tower, Jay's in
That's the one
talks with
he's in
him.
talks with.
Yeah, that's the one up
Oh,
on
okay.
Progress Drive. So we have like 5 actual sites throughout the town. And they all pretty much talk back to the one on Progress. That's our main hub. That's the mothership. So that's the one we rent. The other towers we're on, we have agreements with them for 2 of the towers are $1 a year. A couple of those sites were at Regional Water, so we've worked out deals with them where in the contract is we put their frequencies on our radio and vice versa, and that's how we go off that. So actually, the only tower cost is the one up on Progress for the $48,000. If you want to build me a tower.
For that much money, you can put it in my yard.
Quinn?
So I know the town has been in deliberations with Northwest about potentially moving the PD's systems over there. My question is, have you been a part of those conversations considering you're in charge of the communication? And how does Northwest, has anybody looked at how Northwest is going to fit in this budget or where we are going to get the funding if they pull the trigger on that?
So I have been, for the first initial meetings, I was very involved. They're at a point now where it's strictly PD to Northwest, so I'm not as involved, because it's more their infrastructure move-in. And Chief Ugrati is my co-chair on that, so he's kind of the lead on that. And I did talk to him today, and if they do it, it's gonna take about a year to implement, so you're looking at April of '27. That would add roughly, Jay, you can tell me if I'm wrong here, an extra $100,000 to that line to bring PD on from April to July. And then it would go into the 27-28 budget as the full cost for all 3 agencies. And I have no problem updating this to that number if you guys want. I just didn't know how you wanted me to do it.
Well, I mean, there's no decisions that have been made right now,
Right.
so we really
So-
can't. It's just, I've been
I don't wanna
kind of
go on a
watching a
blank
lot
number.
of these videos, and that has been a very big topic amongst the leaders and the residents too, so, just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay, Robin?
No, I'm all set.
You could ask me.
Nope, I'm all set.
You're good. Okay, Alice?
No question.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, so we got emergency management next. Jason, you have documents?
Yes, through the chair, I
Yes.
just want to make a comment on the contract with Northwest. There are a couple more meetings with the Board of Select Persons, and I do believe they will come to some type of decision, at least by budget deliberation time. So if we need to update one of these budgets, we can do so.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that rather than have you add placeholders for one version and placeholders for another version. So we'll just deal with that as that comes along. All right. Thank you.
Sorry.
This is helpful. Where's everybody's budget?
I do it just for you, Rich. Just for you, buddy.
Supplemental materials. Thank you. Okay. You can start.
Oh, all right. All right, so I took over as management director 2 years ago, roughly. When we did get this budget, we did cut this budget dramatically. We removed the gasoline. Emergency management director doesn't have a car. Currently, I use the one I'm issued through the town, so I don't need 2 cars. So we got rid of the gas. We got rid of the travel. Communications took all our ITs, and obviously I don't have any repairs and maintenance because I don't have a car. So this year, I'm requesting a $20,000 increase as a stipend per year for emergency management director. 350s purchase professional. This is all my CERT materials, so their uniforms, their backpacks, their flashlights, everything they need. General supplies stayed the same at $1,000. Uniforms for EMD and the 2 deputy EMDs, $1,000. And Homeland Security is our code red. That's it's not contractual, but it's something that we need to get the message out. So there are other vendors out there. Currently, they're at $14,000. We are going to be looking at a different vendor. We have some calls out, but no one's gotten back to us for the demo. So I went with the quote that we had from our current vendor at $14,000 for our code red system. This is the reverse 911 that you guys get from the first select woman. And that went up just a little bit, 14,000. So we did have a date. They had a data breach. Code Red did. So they upgraded us to the next level, which is Code Red on steroids, at no additional cost. It was a little bit more consuming for the first select woman, but we did get a better program for that 14,000. But we still want to see where other vendors come in because it's not a contractual, but it is something that we need to have. So emergency management budget is 39.5 with a 41.31 increase.
Okay. Mary.
Yeah, I was just curious about the stipend.
Okay.
Yeah. There was no stipend.
Prior to this year?
No, I asked for it last year and it got denied.
Okay, thanks.
I'm all set.
Bev.
I'm all set.
Andy. Quinn? My question was answered, so we're good.
You're good.
Oh, and Alice,
No, no questions.
Robin.
The uniforms are 1,000 and CERT clothing. What is CERT clothing?
We buy them yellow reflective jackets.
Okay.
Last year we bought them shirts that say actually Seymour Cert on the back. We had patches made for their uniforms. They get backpacks through the state that we purchase, so it's got all their survival stuff in it, flashlights, hard hat, stuff like that. So
And that's
what we.
purchased through the state?
Oh, the backpacks I
Backpack.
purchased through the state. The rest of it we get from our local vendor.
Gotcha. Okay, thanks.
I got nothing else.
All right. Thank you.
All right, you're very welcome.
That was easy.
Thank you. Okay. So now, before we move to the next public comment, Jason, is there anything you need to add or would like to add? No? Okay. Anything you would like to add? No? Okay. All right. So then with that, we will open up our second public comment. Second public comment going twice? Second public comment going 3 times. Public comment is closed. Item number 6, correspondence. Jason, any love letters or hate mail yet?
I haven't received anything.
No. Okay. That's good, I guess. All right. Item number 7, new business. So our next budget workshop is going to be Monday, February 23rd. And we will hear from Town Buildings, Public Works, Parks, and Seymour Events. Jason, do you have any new business?
I did want to mention, and maybe we can bring the chief back up here, while not in this budget, there is a capital ask that I think we just want to make the Board of Finance aware of.
Okay. And we have all of the capital in our separate presentation, though, correct?
Capital, yes, we do. In the final presentation, there'll be a capital line item. I do believe that gets approved by the Board of Select Persons, and then, yes. it gets-
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
All right. I'm
So,
sorry.
yeah, if you want to talk
know what I
about
thought.
your capital
Okay.
request, I mean, that'll just kind of help us out a little bit up here rather
Yeah.
than having to recall
problem.
you later.
So I'm asking for a total of $180,000 out of capital. First one is $80,000. We have the SCBA refill station up at the Great Hills Hose Company. That is about 30 years old and it's beyond repair and it's been out of service for the last 7 months. And I'm looking to replace that so they can fill their bottles on the ear packs and their rescue up there.
Just to clarify, this is all with the fire department, correct?
All fire department.
Okay.
There's no capital for the other two.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
And then I'm not sure if anybody's aware of the new state cancer bill they put in for firefighters. There's a lot of mandates that we need to follow, and there's some highly recommended language in there. So one of the highly recommended languages in there, and I will go even further with the chiefs in here and past chief, that it should be mandated that every firefighter has a second set of interior structural gear. All right, so I know when we talk about our line how much it costs, but every fire these guys go into, they get carcinogens on them, it absorbs through their skin. So what really brought this to light was last year. We had a fire off of Pearl Street. Guys came back, they did what they were supposed to. After every fire, you wash your gear. Not 2 hours later, we got hit with another structure fire off of Birchwood. I had no manpower. I had very few people that couldn't get to the washer or people that didn't make it to the first fire. So that really opened our eyes on, one, we need a second set of gear to keep these guys in service, but also to keep them safe. So I'm asking for $100,000 to buy a second set of interior gear. So that doesn't go for everybody in the fire department. So we have 57 certified firefighters and we have 43 non-certified firefighters. So we would start with, obviously, the certified firefighters get the second set. They're the ones going into the fire. They're the one into the smoke and the carcinogens and everything else, excuse me. And then we would start from the highest responder right up to the lowest responder. So one, it's safety. It keeps the dirty, gritty gear off of them. With the cancer bill, we are mandated to wash our stuff minimum twice a year. So we do it at the beginning of the year, in the middle of the year, or after any fire. So that'd be a house fire, it'd be a car fire, it'd be a dumpster fire, whatever it may be. In the last 3 weeks alone, we've had 6 structure fires. Not all in Seymour. We've had a couple of our own, but we rely highly on mutual aid in the valley. So we've been to Ansonia, we've been to Derby, we've been to Oxford twice. We've just had a surge of fires. So not only are we doing our monthly wash for January, February, we're also washed it 6 times. So one, now it's going to start taking life off of the gear. So for safety reasons and health reasons, and to try to stay as compliant as I can with this bill, that's part of my capital plan. With that state bill, out of my medical line, I pay into the state, into the firefighters cancer fund for every firefighter on my roster, whether they're interior or not, because somebody might have been interior 20 years ago and they're just older now and they don't want to be interior. So this covers them back to, if you're in the service for more than 5 years. So we took the steps to pay into that. But if we don't have the paper trail leading up to that, so meaning the gear washes, our physicals, that's why our physicals went up, so we had to change them. We're doing blood tests for cancer screenings now. We've had doctors in here for throat screenings. We're taking every protective measure we can to keep the guys and girls safe next door. And this would just help with that going further.
So what is your total for the capital budget?
180.
180.
180,000.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll go down the line if anybody has any questions. I'm sure when we get to the overall capital presentation later on in our workshops, we'll probably have some other questions that might arise. But Quinn, you got anything? Andy? No. Bev?
No.
Kristen? Mary?
No, thank you.
Al?
No.
Robin?
How many second sets of gear are you gonna be able to buy for $100,000?
Roughly 20 sets.
20 sets. That's just pants and jackets.
Just pants and jacket. So we buy throughout the year enough hoods and gloves because we're constantly rotating those out. And believe it or not, firemen, including myself, we're a bunch of kids, right? Every fire somebody loses a hood. So I call that consumables. Okay, so everyone has issued 2 sets. They lose one, we give them another one. After so long, if it looks ratty, we'll change it out at our gear inspection. So those we're constantly changing. Helmets could be cleaned with a rag, that's easy. So we don't need second set of
You're just talking about
helmets,
jackets
so
and
it's
pants.
just jacket and pants.
Okay.
So you're looking at about 20 sets to start. So, yeah.
And then is it your intention, or if you're still cheap, would it be your intention to purchase another 20 sets every year? Keep that,
No, so
because those are gonna age out too. After 10 years, you're not gonna be able to
they
use
will.
them
So I'm hoping to up, not in capital, I'm hoping to up in the next couple of years that 10 sets to maybe 15 and start a bigger rotation with that.
Okay.
So, yeah. It's going to be a moving game with dates and numbers, but it's something we got to do, and we got to get spreadsheets to track it like we are, and it's going to be more work, but I don't mind doing the work to keep somebody safe, to make sure that they have the right stuff on their back, that they can go home at night.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it for us up here. Thank you very much. Okay. Well, with that, that brings us to item number 8. It's 8:03. So we will close this workshop, and we will see you all on Monday.